Darren, I think it was Nick who just said in here, you're up 15 at halftime, and your message was just to kind of keep hammering away, to just not relent, and that you said, it was even to the point of tracking basically every single media timeout segment. Just how proud were you tonight, I guess, of the way kind of once your team got its foot down on the pedal, it didn't seem to let up, other than that little stretch there in the first half.
Yeah, and it's something, to be honest, we talked about all year. We just haven't been able to always do it. But it's, I was proud of the guys. We talked a lot about, hey, that lead is at 15, and being able to extend it and push it out so you don't get in a situation where it's down to 8, with 14 minutes to go in the half, and now you're in a fight. So I thought the guys, really had a complete 40 minutes tonight, from start to finish on both ends of the floor. I thought they defensively. That was about as good and connected, I thought, as we had been, just with our communication and taking away, some of the things we felt like we needed to do to limit them. And so that was a really good performance, and I'm happy for those seniors to go out the way they did tonight.
Yeah, speaking of your seniors, obviously a number of guys contributed, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on Sam Alexis and the game he played and just the force he was in the interior, especially early.
Yeah, Sam was great. I mean, he was someone with their zone that we wanted to really try to focus in on, trying to throw it in there, let him play on an island one-on-one, because they hadn't doubled much on the interior, so we thought we could get in there and let Sam go to work a little bit and then space our shooters out around it. But he's been playing at a high level here for the last few weeks and certainly shows that again today.
Yeah, did you, with the losing streak, did you do anything different or, try to shake things up at all, or just everything was consistent? And did you sense anything from the players in terms of, trying to get them loose a little bit? I mean, did you feel them feeling pressure at all kind of at this point in the season?
No, like we talked about it. It was just the next game for us. Obviously added importance with senior night and you got family and things. But our whole message is just keep preparing and put yourself in the best position possible to go out and play well. And they did it again, and we're able to, like I said, complete that full 40 minutes tonight. So that was good. Also, I thought offensively they moved it, shared it, really got us in some good spots, got some good looks from the perimeter.
Yeah, on Lamar. Last spring when you watched him, I'd imagine you knew he could score, right? Are there ways he's surprised you from when he arrived here to now? Just how much has he helped us, whole group this year, in your opinion?
Yeah, he's been great. I would say if he surprised me, it would be his ability at this level to be able to get into the interior of the defense, get to his mid-range, getting a little bit more of his post-ups. He started to utilize that a little bit more late in the year. We all knew he could shoot it. We knew that would translate, at any level. But the other things that he's been able to do with being a really big, featured part of the scout every night has been pretty impressive. You get through this league for 20 games and put the numbers up with the type of attention that he's getting every night, and I think it says a lot about his versatility as a scorer.
You had 2 long embraces with Tucker and Connor, both before the game and when you took them out. How important are those guys? How bittersweet was it, those 2 guys from the class of 2021?
Yeah, I mean, it's been, I would say, really important for us to have 2 guys that understood, the system when you got a whole new team and all that. And they started out together as roommates, at Drake. So, certainly a special moment there for them, for me as a dad, so.
Coach, I know it was a tough stretch there with the 4 games, but how important was it just for these guys to get some confidence back? I know on the Michigan State game in particular, it seemed like they fought, but maybe just ran up against a better team that day. But to see them get rewarded, get some confidence back heading into this last stretch, how important was that as the outcome tonight?
Yeah, and hopefully it's something that just propels you, to that next game and next, hopefully, group of games. But, when you lose 4 games in a row, it does put things in a little different perspective, the importance of this game, right? And like you said, I thought they fought their tails off against Michigan State, just came up a little bit short. But, again, they continue to stay focused. They've continued to put in the work like they have all year, and their approach has been terrific. And I think a lot of that is those seniors, making sure that, they stay focused on what's next and not looking in the rear for very long.
Yeah, Coach, it looks like you went to Connor a little bit more heavily in the second half on Kate Tyson, 16 points in the first half, only 3 shot attempts, though, after halftime. Was there anything else that you guys did or saw at halftime that wanted you to kind of make those adjustments after halftime?
Yeah, and we had Connor on him the whole game. I think what happened in the first half was we got caught up in some switches, and the guys that got switched on to him went to their normal kind of help positions, so it gave him a little bit of space when he came off. At halftime, we made the adjustment of like, and when you get switched off to him, you got to be Connor now. You got to take on that role. And then also the next guy, when he's coming off a screen, because now we have mismatches everywhere, being ready to switch up to Cade so he couldn't come off clean, get a three, get downhill, get to the free throw line. And I thought the guys did a really good job with that.
Oh, yeah, in the first meeting, Minnesota had a lot of success at the rim, and tonight only 7 out of 20. You talked about the defensive communication, but was there anything else that kind of led to them struggling around the rim from the defensive standpoint?
Yeah, I think, again, don't know the stats completely, but a lot of those were off of back cuts our first time around, so we did a much better job on the back cuts, so they weren't getting uncontested layups. We had better wall-ups, I thought, as well. And to be fair, them not having Johnson out there as a space 5 allowed Sam now to be down in the interior a lot more to really, go get a ball, go deflect it. Reed had a good block in there, so our bigs were able to stay a lot closer to the rim in this game because they didn't have a stretch 5 out there.
Darren, it looked like you got a little choked up on the court when Tucker was walking off there at the end, and obviously you choked up a little again just now. That's not something that many dads are really able to share so intimately with their son, that moment of them walking off the floor on senior night. What went through your mind in that moment, just seeing him walk off the floor, the fans going crazy, and you kind of embrace him? Just what goes through your mind? What did you say to him? And just how special is that for you two to share that?
Yeah, I think like all these guys, like when they're seniors, you have a special connection with them. As you know, this is their last time on the home floor. So, when you get that opportunity with your son, it's a different feeling. So, I'm one of those guys. I fought it all day. I'm not giving in now. So, there's just a lot of emotion tied to it because some special times are about to end.